Ever wonder what's actually happening down there when your line just sits still? Most anglers spend their lives guessing, but this little setup from Lucky changes the perspective entirely. It is essentially a 4.3-inch window into the deep, and honestly, it is a bit addictive once you start watching. You get this compact monitor that feels surprisingly sturdy in the hand, and it comes with a 20-meter cable that feels like it could handle a decent amount of abuse. It is not just about seeing the bottom, it is about watching how fish react to your bait, which is a total eye-opener if you have never used one of these before. The screen itself is bright enough to see clearly, and they included a sun visor, which is a lifesaver because trying to look at a screen in direct sunlight on a boat is usually a nightmare. Now, here is the thing about the build. The cable is rated for about 44 pounds of tension. That is plenty for most casual fishing, but if you are hunting absolute monsters, you might want to be a bit careful not to snag it on something sharp. The camera uses 4 infrared LEDs to light up the dark, murky spots, and it does a decent job of cutting through the gloom. You get a 120-degree field of view, which is wide enough to see what is going on around your lure without making everything look like a distorted fisheye lens. It is pretty cool to see the topography of the lake bed in real time, especially if you're ice fishing or just sitting on a kayak waiting for a bite. The interface is straightforward. You have got buttons to toggle between taking photos, recording video, or just browsing through what you have already captured. It is not going to win any awards for high-definition cinematic quality, but for the price and the size, it is surprisingly sharp. One thing to keep in mind is that because it is a wired system, you do have to manage that 65-foot cable. It can get a little tangled if you are not careful, especially if you are moving around a lot on a boat. It would have been nice if the storage case was a bit more rugged, but for the price point, it is hard to complain too much. It is a fun piece of kit that turns a slow day of fishing into a bit of a discovery mission. Whether you are trying to find the perfect structure or just want to see if there is anything actually swimming under your boat, this thing does exactly what it promises. It is not going to magically put fish on your hook, but it definitely takes the guesswork out of where to cast. If you are the type of person who loves gadgets and wants to see the underwater world for yourself, this is a solid, no-nonsense way to do it without breaking the bank. It is simple, it works, and it adds a whole new layer to the experience.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.